I am Nelly II, and I have lived at the terrace for nearly 3 years. I think it's a wonderful place, but I feel like a nightingale locked up in its golden cage, and a nightingale that is getting so discouraged that it's losing its voice. So I'm happy to be here tonight where my voice can be used to try to liven up the Christmas period of this year. Okay, this is a story, not really a Christmas story, but it's about a story about it as described, told to a small mountain village contending with Hitler's threats. The church built with snow. The first day, it snowed a lot that year, 40 centimeters of heavy snow, wet and well packed. The children were overjoyed. On Christmas Eve, the schoolmaster gathered his students together before he went away for a holiday. "My children," said he, "I am leaving for 10 days. You are going to be free of school. Try to put your vacation to good use. I am not giving you any homework, but I'm counting on all of you, the little ones, the middle ones, and the big ones, to prepare a beautiful surprise for me. I'll find it when I return, all right?" "Yes, sir!" exclaimed all the kids. The second day, the church built with snow. The following day was Christmas. The sun shone on the snow. The little ones met in the square for a consultation in front of the school. "I," said the smallest of the little ones, "I have an idea. Why don't we build a church for the master made entirely of snow, out of snow?" "Yay!" approved the other little ones, clapping their hands. And they scattered to fetch shovels and pickaxes, spades and sleds, to shape and transport the bricks made of snow. They were going to build a magnificent church of snow. Towards evening, the church was finished, and the middle ones and the big ones came to admire it. It was a very beautiful church of snow, for the little ones had put all their love into it. It was so tall that the little ones could enter it without bending down. And the middle ones and the big ones could stand up almost straight in it. They had to bend their heads only a bit. But after all, the church is made for prayer anyway. I think that's funny. And everyone agreed everything was very well done. The church even had windows with panes made of thin ice the little ones had harvested from the pond. When night closed in, the little ones lit a Christmas tree in their church. They worshipped and sang song. The tree could be seen from the outside through the panes made of ice, and the music could be heard through the door. All the grown-ups came out of their houses to listen. Tears of contentment filled their eyes, so moved were they by what the little ones had done. All thought of joy, the joy of the master upon his return, when he would see the surprise. But the middle ones became jealous of their little friends and decided to do better. On the third day, the middle ones met on the school square and had a consultation. "I," said the most average of the middle ones, who had gone to the movies in the city, "I have an idea. How about building a palace made entirely of snow for the master? A snow-white palace." "Yeah!" exclaimed the middle ones, clapping their hands, and they went to fetch shovels and pickaxes, spades and sleds to shape and transport bricks made of snow. They were about to build a magnificent palace of snow. Towards evening, The palace was finished, and the small ones and the big ones came to admire it. It was a beautiful palace because the middle ones had put in all their intelligence into it. The palace had several rooms, each one taller and larger than the little one's church. There were doors to go from one room to the others. There were windows made of ice panes, like in the church. There were snow bridges strong enough to walk across. The palace even had towers, but it was better not to climb on them, since that made them fall down. Each tower was topped with a big, pointy icicle lightning rod. Where the night closed in, the little ones organized a celebration in their palace, an overnight party with Chinese lanterns and songs. The most average of the little ones told the story of Snow White. Another recited poems. Yet another gave a speech to prove that the idea of the middle ones was better than the idea of the little ones, and that Snow White's palace was better built than the church, because there were several larger rooms, all different. All the middle ones applauded, congratulating each other for having been so intelligent. The little ones were saddened because no one was looking at their church anymore. But the big ones became jealous of the little ones and decided to do even better. The fourth day, the fort built with snow. On the fourth day, the big ones met on the square and had a consultation. Said the biggest one of the big ones, I think the little ones and the middle ones play like girls with their church and their fairy tale palace. As for us, we are men, and we are going to play like men. How about building a fort made of snow? Yeah, exclaimed the big ones, without clapping their hands for fear of looking ridiculous. And they went to fetch shovels and pickaxes, spades and sleds to shape and transport large bricks of snow, much bigger than the ones used by the little ones and the middle ones. They were preparing to construct a magnificent snow fort. Toward evening, the fort was finished, and the little ones and middle ones came to visit. But in front of the door was posted a sentinel with a big stick, who said, "No entry. Get away, you little mosquitoes. The fort is only for the big ones." Big frightened, the little ones and the middle ones backed off, satisfied to look at the fort from afar. The snow fort was very handsome because the big ones had used all their strength. It had enormous walls, twice as tall as any one of them, with notched battlements framing the threatening faces of the big ones keeping watch. When night closed in, the big ones started to walk in the courtyard of the fort, stepping in rhythm. Left, right, left, right, left, right, to the sound of wild music with loud cymbal clashes. They used covers of pots and pans picked up in the trash. Those outside the fort could hear rough words of command, followed by periods of silence. Then the noise would start again. Left, right, left, right. It was grandiose. The fifth day. On the fifth day, the little ones, the middle ones, and the big ones started to get bored. The most patient ones fussed over and decorated their masterpieces, but most of them went back to their usual games. They forgot their promise to the master. Then the biggest one of the big ones shouted, "I have lots of extra energy and nothing to do. Let's play war." A yell of excitement answered him. The big ones started immediately to gather a stock of snowballs in their fort. They built small walls facing Snow White's palace so they could throw snowballs yet be protected. When they were all prepared, the middle ones shrugged their shoulders, trying to convince themselves that they were intelligent and had nothing to fear from the strength of the big ones. But a few of them were scared and quickly tried to build up their stock of snowballs behind the walls of their palace. And so the fifth day ended. The sixth day. The war started in the middle of the sixth day. At the signal, the big ones came out of their fort and bombarded the middle ones with snowballs. Smiling at first, the middle ones returned the blows, but the big ones were strong. Their snowballs pummeled the palace and broke through the ice panes and broke through the pinnacles and the turrets. The middle ones' snowballs proved powerless against the forts. The middle ones became furious at the harm the big ones inflicted on their building, and so they put stones inside their snowballs. There was blood on the face of the big ones. The biggest of the big ones accused the middle ones of planning harm, and he ordered an attack. The big ones took possession of Snow White's palace. They ransacked it, trampled it down, and leveled it. They kicked and punched the middle ones, who tried their best to stop them. And what were the little ones doing? First, they tried to see what was happening. They locked themselves up in their church and sang hymns. But when the first snowball shattered one of the ice window, they understood this affair was also their business. So they picked up their Christmas tree and formed a procession, trying to stand between the big ones and the middle ones. And they shouted, "Stop! Interrupt the fight! Don't ruin the beautiful surprises we all prepared for our master's return. You are going to make our beloved teacher very sad." But their voices were too weak, and no one listened to them. Instead, the middle ones joined the big ones to attack the little ones, and the handsome church of snow was ransacked, destroyed, and leveled. Toward evening, no one was left on the battlefield. The little ones and the middle ones had black eyes, split lips, and broken teeth. They all fled home. The big ones retreated to their fort, proudly exhibiting their glorious wounds. Suddenly, their sentinel shouted in the night. He raised his arm and pointed towards the school. A light had just appeared in the master's window. The big ones, the middle ones, and the little ones started to shake. The master returned when we didn't expect him. The master will see everything tomorrow morning. He will punish us. We don't have time to rebuild. But the biggest of the big ones smiled and asked his fellow big ones, "Dummies that you are, why are you trembling? It is the middle ones and the small ones who will be scolded. Our fort will stand for eternity. The master will have to bow in front of our might, just like anyone else." And in the black night sky, a black cloth flapped at the top of a lean pole. It was the big one's banner. The seventh day. In the middle of the night, while everyone slept, a southern wind started to blow. Its long wind reverberated down the chimney. A warm rain from the south fell, melting all the snow. It washed away the ruins of the church and the ruins of the palace. It even washed away the fortress full of pride. Nothing was left. When morning came, the master assembled his students. "Poor children," said he, "you built with snow. Don't you know that snow melts in the southern wind? Your masterpieces weren't worth much. They were just games, for which I have no use. But your intentions are what matter to me. Show me your eyes, so that I may read what lies in the depth of your hearts." The big ones came first, and the master said, "I read in your eyes power and pride. You built an enormous fort and you destroyed your friend's masterpieces. Go and see what's left of your fortress. And the big ones found nothing. Nothing but nothingness. The middle ones came next, and the master said, I read in your eyes intelligence, but the kind of intelligence that is made of extravagance and vanity. You had an idea and you believed in the power of that idea. But when the big ones attacked you, you gave up your idea. It was just wind. Go see what's left of your palace. And the middle ones found only a swamp of melting snow where their palace used to stand. Then came the little ones. Your eyes, said the master, are full of sadness and shame. You built a church, but it was a church made only of snow. Nothing of it is left today. You tried to stop the battle, and you didn't succeed. Go and see the place where your church stood. The little ones went out to the side of their church, and next to the puddle that had been their church, they found a little bit of grass already turning green. It was the first announcement of spring and of hope.